Hi,
You
Craig.
bastard. Finally show up. Alright. Last time that
So, what
we
are
left off on
regulations of this?
uh Tale of Remnants was where you went to abandoned town to rescue a professor that was trapped in a Grimm populated town. As you slaughtered all the Grimm and beat and brought the professor back, you went your separate ways. But then you were dumped with a bunch of homework from Professor Plumworth, not for him not even caring that you protected and saved one of the professors and brought him back. So the sunlight goes through the window, but it's having you wake up. What do y'all want to do as you wake up?
I'm gonna pick up my 5-inch stack of paperwork that I did for the homework, and then just pray that I don't have to say, that I don't have to share this with the rest of the class.
All right.
Oh, please don't let this be an awkward.
What else do you guys want to do?
Hello?
I think they're all muted. Okay. You guys all get your stuff and you walk out of the room to walk to your first class, which is Professor Plumworth's history class. As you guys walk into the room,
I'm just gonna,
you
before entering in there, just like hunch over, trying to draw the least amount of attention to myself.
you see everyone getting seated, and Professor Plumworth looks over to you, putting his hand out, gesturing for the homework he assigned you.
I hand it to him.
I expect everyone else does.
Yeah.
He quickly scans through your notes, not showing any expression.
Daniel's homework is only one page, but everything is perfect.
He gets to Daniel's page, looks up at Daniel, and then looks down at his paper, and then he just slaps it onto the desk.
Peter's homework is all miscombobulated and messy.
You can tell by his expression too when he just looks at you also when you sit down.
Now, the important thing is, while it is one page, it is everything he asked for.
I just
Alright, everyone, sit down. Let's get to our class. I see that finally Team Rosa is here. Let's not hope another instance where I'll be interrupted for you to miss my class. Don't care what you've done. But now since you're here, and you did do your homework, good job. He mostly just looks at Daniel, not at the other three of you.
What?
He then goes to the board and starts teaching his lesson. Hours pass by, and everyone's getting extremely bored out of their mind, except for Daniel being the only one that's into his lesson. The bell rings, and you're off to your next class. You walk down the hallway into the room that's 3 doors down. You walk in and you see it's the professor that you went to bring back is standing there. Well, hello everyone, I am back. We are now going to do our Grimm Advanced Essentials. Everyone take a seat and let's get started. He goes to the board and starts writing his name, last name. He stops in the middle of it and he's like, thinking for a while. And then he gives a little nod. He's like, "Oh yeah, that's how you spell it." And then he finishes off. So he turns around and looks at you guys. Well, who missed me? No one raises their hand. Oh, okay, that kind of hurts. But
I tried
today's
to be
class
hiding under
is
the desk.
today we're going to learn how to attack a Grimm and how they do defensively. Unfortunately, I'm on probation from what happened last time. So this time I actually brought a Grimm that I transported from another kingdom that the person can actually handle. He looks over at the headmaster of Sarah Sanchez in the corner, just glaring at him with her arms crossed. She's just sitting in the class being the probation officer.
He got the Grimm from Dingo.
Who?
He quickly walks over out of the classroom and tugs into like a massive box that is like the most Tasmanian devil Looney Tunes thing ever, where it has like danger all over and shaking.
And there's just like a mouse Grimm.
Well, here we go. We got one Grimm right here. Who's ballsy enough to face this Grimm? He looks out to the class. Come on, don't be shy. Don't make me choose. We know what happened last time.
Why not?
Peter- Oh, I was gonna say Peter raises a hand and points over to Daniel.
Well, Daniel was standing up already.
Oh, okay, then I just point to you.
Good. We actually have someone that's ballsy enough to be a huntsman around here. Come down, Daniel. He walks over to the box with a crowbar and he's like, "Are you ready?"
Draws out sword and scales. I
Being a
guess.
huntsman, you're never ready. He quickly opens it and it shows and like a saber Grimm jumps out.
Too late, I'm ready.
Literally just looking around the classroom, and it rushes towards the kids and jumps, but gets blocked by a holographic wall. Oh, no, Grimm. No cheating. That's your opponent. And he points at Daniel. The Grimm kind of looks like he understands, and he looks over at you, Daniel, and it rushes towards you to attack.
I feel like if I wasn't 20, this would be considered child abuse. I assume I roll initiative?
Yes. Roll initiative.
I peek from from the bottom of the desk and I just have a
15.
little flag.
Not good.
Okay. We got first Grimm. The Grimm's gonna attack you first.
Okay.
Roll a defensive check.
Okay. 22.
That succeeds.
Just basically striking the ice scale and a wall of ice intercepts it.
As it lunges towards you, it literally just like its head smashes into a wall of ice. And it like backs up with shaking its head a little bit. And now it's your turn.
Oh. I'm going to. If I can. Yeah. I'm just going to take one swing with the with my weapon, with my longsword. Kashwinga. That was probably not as bad. 17.
That succeeds.
Yay. Max of 9.
Oof, that's good damage right there.
Then I'm going to swing a second time, but first I'm going to set my sword into the ice scale to activate freeze crystals. Ah, that fails. 14.
Yep. As you went to go strike it, uh, the Grimm just seems a little too fast and just like bounces to the side, having you miss. And it's going to attack you.
Quick one. Well, it's the best. It's the best check I can do. 17.
That succeeds.
Yay! Just another block of ice intercepts it.
As it tries to strike you with its claw, it just keeps getting hit with the wall of ice, and you can see the Grimm's just like getting kind of irritated with it. And Reggie looks over and is like, "You can't play the same trick more than once. Try something different."
I just
And
I slowly. Is he talking? Does he sound like he's talking to the Grimm or me?
he's talking to the Grimm.
Ah,
It's Reggie. What do you expect?
I don't know. Never met the guy.
He's a weird fellow. So the Grimm's gonna try to back up a little bit. Now it's your turn.
All right. I'd like to move towards it, and gonna try the same thing of encasing it in the ice dust from the scale with my
Okay.
sword. Roll 20. Nope, there it goes. Damn it! Same roll.
Yep, that fails, unfortunately.
Well, taking a second swing because fuck him. 25.
That definitely succeeds.
All right. 6 damage. He is held, meaning he can't move, and I'm just gonna back up right to where I right where I originally was. There. That should keep you stationary.
Waving Daniel like more aggressively.
The Grimm tries to lunge at you, but realizing that it can't move, and is trying to figure out why it can't move. And then, as it does that, that's its turn. So it's back to you.
And then fireballs. I'm actually gonna take another 15 feet back and then make 2 ranged attacks, both with fire dust. 17.
That succeeds.
2. And well, there's no one next to it, so it doesn't take splash. And then second hit. 18.
That succeeds.
Another 2.
As you do your range attacks of fireballs towards the Grimm, you see like Reggie bring out a bag, having to catch a little bit with the fire to make popcorn, but then realizing it's caught on fire and he's like smacking on it, trying to put out the fire. So now the Grimm looks over and it lunges at you again.
Has
Roll
to
a
make
defense
a.
check.
It has to make the 2 in order to hit me.
Mhm.
It's the best one. It's the best one I've got. So. Oh, I actually get hit.
Yep. You take 1 point of damage.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Yep. And then as it slashes you, it looks like it's amused with itself and it kind of just starts circling you. Now it's your turn.
You think yourself quite impressive for that lucky shot, did you? Well, consider it your only. And I will just kind of clang the scales together to activate a reload.
Okay.
And then I'm going to shove my blade into the flame scale and make 2 fire dust attacks.
All right.
because this deals additional damage, and extra damage is 5. 18, that succeeded.
8. Yep.
5 plus 1, 6 points of damage. And then second attack. 12, that probably fails.
That unfortunately fails.
Nah,
As
fine
the
by
first
me.
strike, you stab into the saber and having the fire spark into it, and it growls and it tries to attack you.
Come on now, kitty.
Right.
Oh, I am.
That's a failure. This
Good
time
roll
you
for not
take
doing.
2
They're.
points of damage.
Oh, 2. Oh, jeez. Okay. Yeah, my defense rolls are kind of really going downhill. Doesn't help that that's the best one I've got, considering how bad my perception skill is.
It jumps up in the air, has his claws striking down at you, and then it gracefully lands and then turns around, growling. And then it's your turn again.
Okay. Hold the scales out. Click the ice one down, and I'm going to see if I can't just essentially give myself a raised platform of ice. Just like erupt like a pillar of ice underneath me, so I have like a vantage point.
Mhm.
Let's see, what stats will that use for the files? That's discipline and willpower. I'm good at those. Shihakazing. Wow, 16.
That succeeds.
Yeah. Gonna look at. There's something I'm gonna look. Okay, here it is. Oh, could I? Nope. That was a dumb idea, but you know what? YOLO, bitch. How high up in the air am I on top of this platform?
You are about 10.
10 feet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna stare down at it, heat up my sword again, and just jump. Trying to just bring the blade down on top of it.
Roll a jump check.
Okay.
Okay.
16.
You can do your attack now.
Yay. 22.
That succeeds.
6 plus 1, 7.
Right. As you jump up and you go down full force, you think your blade into the shoulder blade of the Grimm and activating the dust. As you see, the Grimm is getting a little oozy a little bit, but it's still into it, getting angrier, and it's going
As
to.
I still have one more thing I can do.
Yeah, you. Oh yeah, my bad.
I will just basically the sword inside of it, just gonna grab like it, just gonna like twist my hand around and just slice upwards.
Okay,
Fuck.
that fails.
Roll
As
20.
you try to do that, it gets a little stuck, but you unfortunately get your blade out, and you kind of stumble backwards.
That's unfortunate.
As this happening, you can hear
Two.
Reggie just laughing in the background, and the Grim turns around and lunges at you again.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Fails. You take 1 point of damage again.
I'm getting sick and tired of this.
You can get him.
I
Well, he's muted, so
Who's muted?
Plum.
Oh man, someone was scratching outside my door. Gotta kick him. Okay. It is your turn again.
Striking my shields and sending out one of each, one fire blast and one ice blast at this bitch.
Right.
Thank you, Form Focus, for allowing
Are
such
you-
a thing.
Are you gonna try to mix them together?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. I'm down with that.
What should I roll to see if I can mix them together?
I would say dust, honestly.
This is simple dust. All right.
Mm-hmm.
18.
It succeeds.
Wait.
You see the fire and eyes just shoot out, and then it kind of twirls and goes in together, twirling into one sharp blade
I'm not happy
right
with that.
into the
I'm
Grimm.
not happy with that 14. Early roll 20? You gotta do me like this. I set up something
Yeah,
cool and just let
unfortunately
you...
that fails. You can do it again.
Okay. He's keeping his composure. No, that technically would have taken two things to do because it was two shots at once. So that's my turn.
The Grimm decides to circle you again, trying to find a good weak area to attack. And it's going to lunge once at you.
All right.
That fails, unfortunately. You take another 1 point of damage.
Roll 20. I am going to find you, hunt you down, and skin you alive like the bastard you are.
What?
Alright. It turns
That's not
around again, waiting for your turn. See if you can actually hit it this time. It's mocking you, sort of thing.
You know what? You are just an interesting little creature, aren't you? Be a shame that you have to die. But at least I can enjoy this. Just a normal swing. 25.
That succeeds.
5 damage.
Right. Still feeling a little oozy, but still up.
Thinking. Thinking here. No, just make another melee. I was gonna think of maybe I could do. No, actually, I'm going to hold my action.
Right.
I'm gonna hold an action for when the next time it attacks me.
Okay. It starts walking towards you, and it's going to bite you.
All right, as it lunges for me, I'm gonna try and grapple it.
Okay.
20.
That succeeds. Explain.
So basically,
What's-
I kind of just bring my sword and sheath it, and kind of just wait for it. Kind of collapse my scales, but keep on holding that. The moment it lunges, I kind of grab one of the fangs, kind of tuck it into a headlock. And this will lead into what I want to do for my turn.
Okay.
I want to take the flame side of my scales and just shove it in its mouth and activate the fire.
Okay.
Hardcore.
He's
Roll.
pissed. What?
Roll the. Why is this not? Roll the red dust
Red
ability.
dust, red dust, red dust, red dust, red dust. That is in fuck. Not as good as ice, but I will roll with it to see how cool this will be. 17.
That's a spicy meatball.
As
Meatball.
as Daniel freaking shoves it in its skull and activates it, it explodes, exploding his head, having it fade away.
Go for plotting.
And you look over and you see like Reggie like, what the fuck just happened? And then looking around,
Does he mouth that?
yeah.
Justice. That is what happened. Kind of like walk back up, a little sore.
Yeah.
I'm golf clapping while he's approaching the desk.
Daniel, roll a detect.
I'm not good. I'm not the best at those. I have an eye patch for a reason. I'm not Mars.
Cindy is dust.
I'm not Mars. That's a
You
12.
you hear a little whisper and you hear Reggie whisper saying, "Hey, Professor Sean owes me $5. He owes me 5 to win." And he gets up and he walks over and says, "See, people, this is exactly what you need to do when you're out there on the field. You need to use strategy, all of that sort of thing. And I'm just happy that for once the kid is not hurt. Or, yeah, let's not talk about it anymore." He looks over at the headmaster and gives a little gulp and he guys goes back to the board, writing down the facts and drawings of different kinds of Grimm and the weaknesses spots on them. As a couple of minutes pass by, the bell rings, having it be break time. Sort of like lunchtime kind of thing.
Muffin break.
Yeah, you have muffin break, exactly. And so, you guys want to do anything? Win? For your lunch break?
Find food first.
Yes, that would be the main priority.
Very much so.
So we all try to find food.
As you
Assuming
all-
where the cafeteria is.
Agree on finding food, you walk into the town and to find food. There's different areas. There's the noodle shop with the old man.
As we're walking, Daniel's gonna just kind of strike up conversation. Do you feel that Professor Plumworth being unjust in his treatment towards us?
You don't even need to ask.
I mean, he accuses us of being guilty for skipping his class, but honestly, that wasn't much of our choice. If he really wants to argue with someone, I'd say bring it up with the headmistress.
I think he's jealous.
Maybe.
While
What,
he's
jealous
stuck
that he
inside
gets to
teaching
leave class?
kids, we were out doing things.
Joe said he gets to leave his own class? Hoping that's what would happen.
I need to get the right voice.
As you walk into the town scene conversation, you see Professor Jean carrying weapons in his hands. And you keep going, and you see another one of Professor John, and just like 3 people just following him of the exact same copies of Professor John.
I assume we know of Jean's semblance.
Cool. He could clone.
I mean, okay, apparently we do know.
Well, I mean, unless he has multiple twins or multiple siblings.
I did an episode. I don't know about clone, but
Who
what
only show
Can
up
we
when
pass
you-
him?
it's assume that we'd know.
Yes, you pass him when you're walking.
As we're passing him, I want to go, hi, Professor John. Hi, Professor John. Hi, Professor John.
As you say that, all 4 of them are just look back and glare at you, and then just continue walking.
So where
As
are
you
we gonna-
walk further down the town, you look around and you see different food places. You see a noodle shop, you see a little pub where you can get food and beer, and you see a pizza place and a sushi place as well.
Hmm. Well, does anyone have any preferences of where we go?
I think that we should stay too, huh? That's all what's going through my head. I don't have suggestion. Fine with whatever happens. Whatever goes through.
Yeah, whatever. Whatever we decide. I'm okay with noodles. Noodles will be good.
Oh, good. You can at least make up your mind.
You guys walk over to the news shop and you see the old man zoom by looking at you and be like, handing you the piece of paper for you to write your order down.
Hold on. I got a very important question to ask.
Sure.
You say the old man. Is it the old man?
Yes,
think
it's
it's
the
the
old
old
man
man.
from Ruby.
Aha! Very important thing to ask. I had to make sure.
Mm-hmm.
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 I think
Mhm.
the fishbowl seems not too bad.
I say we'll write him down. Fishbowl.
You can see him, like just tapping on his hand, tapping on his arm with his arms crossed, kind of being a little bit impatient, trying to have you hurry up on your order.
Daniel will essentially order like pork ramen.
Riz will simply say, "Surprise me."
Mm-hmm. Pretty good sound like a Minecraft villager.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Mm.
He doesn't talk.
No, he
except
doesn't.
except for episode 1.
Yep.
That's the only time he ever talks.
Well, he
I'm
wasn't
Yeah.
running gag in episode 1.
Yeah, fair enough.
I
He
still
gets
have
all his
stuff.
orders and he's looking over at Peter like giving you the gesture to hurry up.
I mean, I already ordered. I said. I think there's only.
Oh, I said Peter.
Huh.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what?
Waiting for your order.
Oh, my order?
Yeah.
Yes, we're ordering food.
Oh, my bad. I missed that. What was the
The old man's just staring at you.
We're at the noodle place.
Oh, we're at the noodles. Noodles. Don't stare at me.
Noodles. The old man takes the papers and just zooms by, chopping vegetables and all that stuff and meat, pouring it into pots, stirring it quickly. He throws big pour big bowls out, and he quickly just zooms by pouring in, and he looks over at all of you with his hand out for the money.
Daniel will hand down the necessary lien in exact change.
He looks at it and he gives a little smile, and then he zooms by in his cash register in the back of his room. Leaving all four of you alone with your food.
I'll just like start chewing on a bit of fish. It's not raw fish, not what Blake ordered, just like a
Yeah.
bunch of different cooked fish.
Raw fish is just sushi, but
I would
Yeah.
just start chewing on it. So, Danielle, not too bad fighting you did in there.
Could have been better.
Incredible display.
I
Sure.
have a question.
Hmm.
To wait, what's your name again?
What?
What's your character's name again?
My character?
Yeah.
Roberta?
Oh, right. Roberta, I have a question.
Ask away.
Why are you eating fish? Aren't you a rabbit?
I just take my hood off and I look up.
Yes, I have a rabbit trait. And your point is?
I say while pointing to my 1.5 ears.
I figured, you wouldn't like meat.
Just because I have ears doesn't mean that it changes what I like to eat.
Fair enough.
Wait, so we have the food, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
So Riz takes off the metal mask, and underneath that is a black ski mask with the mouth cut
I was
out.
gonna
We
say
can
another
eat.
mask. What? Bruh.
There's just this entire process of him taking off this mask. He pulls it up, and there's the second mask under there with the mouth open, so he can eat.
Uh,
He's just one of these
Riz-
characters that's wearing sunglasses when he walks in. You knock him off and he's wearing sunglasses underneath.
Exactly.
He's just wearing
know-
another pair.
You know, Riz, I've never quite understood that mask fetish of yours.
Sorry, come again? I heard loud noises.
I've never quite understood that mask fetish of yours.
Well, it all started when I was a young. But okay, well, see, a guy tried to fight me, took his mask.
I feel like there's more to the story.
I feel like there is, but I don't think we're gonna get it over lunch.
I can tell you that the man is alive.
Well, that's all that's necessary. This goes back to eating.
want you-
Interesting.
I
I
want
say
you
while
all
putting another
to.
fish in.
I want you all to roll a detect.
No.
You don't have to if you don't want to. Oh,
Ooh,
damn, Roberta.
that's not too bad.
15.
28.
17.
What are we doing?
Roll a detect.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah,
There-
28.
20.
Ooh.
Nice. You all hear, as you're eating lunch, you all hear is a little screaming and yelling and cheering, and you see a little crowd going down the street a little further. And you see like a big group just gathering around over something.
Riz is going to forcefully and violently swallow the rest of his food.
Just Naruto chug it.
Exactly.
Yes.
Proceed to put the mask back on. Go through the entire process of taking it off in reverse, obviously.
So putting
Get
it
up
on.
and go. Yeah, and go. Well, let me see what that is, and walk off towards it.
Mm, mm, mm.
Can I get a box for this?
I say while asking the old man.
The old man looks over and goes like, gives a little nod and zips by, throwing all your stuff into a box and then shoves it into you.
Shoves it into me?
Yes. Not with full
Uh,
force, but with just like a
So I
little
got just
tiny force.
Daniel,
Noticing that,
5.
I'm just gonna slowly pick up my bowl and then chug the rest of my noodles,
Yeah, noticing that as well, Daniel does the same.
and just like politely set the bowl down, slowly stand up, and slowly leave.
You see
I'm
the
the only one who got a box. Everyone
Yep.
else gets
well, you're
The rest of us
pretty
were just like,
tiny, honestly.
consume.
Yeah,
I'm a
you see the
lightweight
old man like
currently.
cleaning the bowls and stuff, giving it nice and clean, and he gives a little nod and that you did such a good job.
Congrats. Alright.
Thank you.
And I put up the hood and I just I shuffle my way over there to try to keep as far from the crowd, but find out what they're trying to.
Oh, Riz is shoving his way through the crowd.
As as you see, Riz is just basically shoving himself through the crowd. He
I will push
he
over
splits
women,
the
men,
seeds.
children.
He splits
Neil,
the
it's
seeds of
me.
children, giving you a little trail to follow him.
As we're just walking by, as we're walking by, Daniel's just like, apologies for him, apologies for him, apologies for him, apologies for him, apologies for him.
You hear as you get closer and closer, you hear people scream out, "Kick his ass, Daryl!" And as you reach the front, you see Professor Plumworth standing with another kid, about senior also, just like yelling at him, saying, "How could you give me that grade?" And Professor Plumworth responds back saying, "With all the grades you've given and shown for me, you don't deserve to be at this academy. Now, good day." He tries to walk off, but he grabs him by his shoulder, and you see it with a quick flash. You see Professor Plumworth punch him in the stomach, kneeing him in the face, having him fall to the ground.
Seeing this, Riz is gonna walk over and without a word proceed to punch Plumworth in the face.
All right, roll it.
Oh no.
What am I rolling?
Roll a melee.
Well, this would be
No, roll a break. Actually,
if he's rolling a punch, it'd be strength plus endurance. Unless you have martial
lift.
arts, in which unless it would be martial. Yeah, so lift.
okay, yeah, lift. Okay,
Still not too terrible. All right,
God.
20.
as you went to go punch him in the face, you see you missed it. You see your fist basically an inch away from his face, and he looks over at your fist, and like, gotta be a little quicker.
Riz will kind of like stand back, straighten himself up, like dust his shirt off, and go, "Sorry, punching's not my strong suit." However, not a
Yeah.
man at this point. This next bit would be all the more intimidating. Teacher of an academy or not. This is the middle of a town, not the school. You have no right or reason to be assaulting anybody. And then I'll look back to, and I'll look over at Daniel. Did I do good?
Yes, you did.
Got a nod, look back at Plumworth.
Plumworth just gives it a little shake no. He puts his arms behind his back and he just starts walking, ignoring what you just said.
Technically, he didn't assault. Technically, he didn't assault anyone. He was doing self-defense because the guy swung first.
Well, no, there is a difference between like assault and being grabbed. Grabbed is not assault. That's just unfortunate.
That's battery, I think.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
battery.
I had a
However-
business law class in college, so I know this stuff.
CT, correct me if I'm wrong. Assault and battery. Assault is the worst of the two.
I'm pretty sure assault's worse. I'm trying to remember.
That's. CT, how are you doing in that class?
It was you have to understand that was what was that? That was during spring, and I've had a whole summer. So
How do you not retain information like assault and battery?
it was
Well-
all online.
Anyways,
It's hard for me.
moving on.
Well,
I don't do good with online classes.
Moving
Your
on.
professors,
He,
your
Daryl
professors
still on
will
the
watch
ground.
this.
as Professor Plumworth tries to walk away from the group, you see that Daryl's 3 people on Daryl's team, all buff guys, walk in
Oh.
front of him.
Someone can be charged with battery if they have caused real physical harm to someone, while a person can be charged with assault if the mere threat of harm is present.
Oh, so it's the opposite. It's the opposite way.
So yeah, so battery is if you actually assault, like actually punch
If
someone.
you hurt them.
Assault is can be actually hurting someone and threatening.
Okay, so Daryl committed assault. Plumworth committed battery.
Yes.
Sweet. Moving on.
Big brain. So yeah, Professor Plumworth tries to walk away, but he gets interrupted by Daryl's 3 other teammates. Get out of my
I-
way.
We get
But
it. He's
they
about
just
out.
wouldn't budge at all.
I personally feel like there could be a way to resolve this peacefully.
One of the teammates kind of like, did you say this by getting close to him?
People.
I'm not like right next to them. Like I'm still like kind of where we made our break into the crowd.
The other 3 teammates don't really listen to you, and they kind of give Professor Plumworth a shove, and Professor Plumworth falls on his ass.
Riz will now do the weird thing and walk in front of Plumworth. I'm
the
afraid I
walk
can't
over.
let you do that either.
As you do that, you see a huge guy walk right behind the 3 boys, looking
Oh,
down at them, and see 2 other come out and grab them by the collar, lifting them up.
That's Professor John.
Yes, Professor Jean comes to the rescue. He then says, "What's going on here?" Professor
Well-
Plumworth gets up and says nothing, and he walks off.
That's a lie, and you know it.
Riz will like put up a finger, like, one moment, turn around, and is Daryl still on the ground?
Yeah, Daryl's on the ground with a bloody nose.
Riz will extend a hand to help him up.
He's gonna take it and you're gonna have some blood of his blood on his hands onto you.
That's not the first time he's had blood on his hand.
Can I still see Plumworth?
Plumworth is originally walking away to the academy,
All I
but
need to
you
do
can
is
catch up to him.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna flick my scales out and just activate my semblance and basically ask a question.
Roll your semblance.
See if it actually works. Because if it works, then well, all right, I'm
That works, yeah.
23.
perfect. I have a plus 10 for my semblance. So the question I ask is, The question I ask my scales and therefore activating my semblance because I will automatically get the truth as per nature of my semblance. No one needs to answer me. The scales just tell me.
Mhm.
Was
I
the
like the
professor
voices.
was the professor guilty of starting this? And I believe the fire scale is guilty, the ice scale is innocent. Whatever one tips down is the one that is. So if ice tips down, he did not start it. If fire tips down, he did start it.
As you see, the scales are kind of going back and forth, and then suddenly the ice thing slams down.
So he did not start this.
Innocent. I turn and look to the kid that Riz is helping up. I kind of hold my scales out. Is he guilty of starting it?
The fire dust instantly just slams on the ground. Not ground, to the slams down.
Hmm.
And you see that one of his teammates gave him a cloth to kind of like stop his bloody nose.
To clean himself.
I
Yeah.
retract. I collapse back my scales and I walk over. So, what exactly went through your own mind in picking a fight with a professor?
Oh, you're
Oh
very
no,
quick.
man. He's just insulted me so much that I was kind of tired of his crap.
Hmm.
And honestly, he's probably one of the worst professors here. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
He is pretentious, yes.
Business.
And to
I
answer
wanted
your question, Riz, lies don't work on me. I know the truth regardless.
What? Why did you say my name with such hostility?
As you say this, you kind of see the little fear in the Daryl's eyes. Like, oh shit, he knows.
He doesn't know everything. He just knows that he was the one who started it.
Yeah, that's what he's doing. He's
Yeah.
he's like, oh no, he knows.
You can't lie to Daniel.
Riz will find a way.
My semblance
Yeah,
is
right.
tailor made. It doesn't matter if you answer or not. It knows.
Oh, by the way,
Okay.
Professor Sean's still holding up the three other kids by the collar. Just standing around waiting for someone to give him the thing he asked for.
One moment. Riz will walk back to Professor Jean. Right. You asked what happened. I don't have the full story, obviously. But I can tell you what me and my team noticed. We were over there, and I'll point to the noodle shop eating. When
My
a crowd
team.
gathered around. Huh?
It's my team. Peter's raising his hand.
As you say
I
this,
was
you
not
just see the
claiming
glare
the
off
team.
his sunglasses. Of Professor
Sorry.
I
Sean's
was not
sunglasses.
claiming the
Like,
team, Peter.
Sorry.
I was merely stating I was part of it. Anyways,
Back
over
on
there
topic,
eating.
Riz.
What?
Back on topic, please.
We were over there eating. A crowd gathered, and so we came. Some of us violently. Okay, one of us violently over to see what was going on, and we found an argument between. Sorry, what was your name? Daryl? Daryl, was it? Daryl and Professor Plumworth. This. What before I intervened personally, Plumworth decided that attacking Daryl was a necessary choice, evidently. Which I then interfered, and then these three tried to ambush Professor Plumworth, which I then interfered. Doing a lot of interference today. And then you got
Apparently.
here and did that.
he You see another clone come by and grab Daryl's collar this time, the back collar. He's like, "Thank you for telling me, you office." And he's like, and you see Daryl like, "No, no, please, please, please," and you just see Professor John just dragging him to the office.
It's just like from the horror movies, like his fingernails are scratching the ground while being drug away.
And as this was happening, the three other clones disappear, and you see the other three of Daryl's team fall on the ground. And Professor John looks back at you and say, "Hurry up. It's back to class time. I'll see you there shortly." And as that happens, you hear the bell ring. It's time to move on to the next class. And that's fighting class. Whoopee!
Yeah,
Oh, boy.
Roberta's just so struck with fear just with the amount of people. She's just like, I
Okay, I'm
can't.
back. Sorry.
Hello.
As you all walk back, Roberta, roll a detect.
All right, do. Dang it! Water. All right, detect.
Mm-hmm.
All right, there you go.
Jeez, that's
Hey,
another
again.
28. You're a little farther back from your team, and when they're walking back to join the next classroom. You see in the dark alley, you see the same figure you saw at the town of a lady
Wait, what?
shape, and you see kind of eyes just look at you, and it disappears. And you walk into the building, into the fighting class. It's a little bit bigger than the other ones, but you sit down and you see Professor Jean walk in a couple minutes later, and he looks out. "Welcome to fighting class. You've been here before with me. I don't need to explain crap to you. So let's not waste time and let's just jump right into it. Last off, we got." He looks at his holographic board, and he sees, "Seems I can't get rid of spending time with you for Team Rosa, get up here."
Damn it.
Put up my hood and
I'll
look
start
down,
looking
trying to
over.
avoid looking at the audience.
You see some teams that you recognize, like from a couple years, like Team Rainbow, Team Asteroid, just kind of like giggling in the crowd as they see you going up the stage. All right, you've done this before. You'll be going in a holographic state, thanks to Alice delivering us some technology, and it's going to announce you as you're fighting with Grimm, like creatures. Those been given to us, of course, by Cobra Industries. So we going to set you up there. So step up there. He points to the little pad area. And as all you get on there, he clicks some buttons on the keyboard, and a holographic thing goes over you, boxing you in, and it shimmers, showing a little forest area. And that's where we're going to leave the session off today.
The
Nice.